Hi, my name is Julian Cowan Hill and I'm a craniosacral therapist based in Paddington in London. Craniosacral therapy is an incredibly powerful yet gentle hands-on body-based therapy where you lie on the couch and the therapist takes up contact, cradling his hands underneath your head or at the base of your spine, maybe leaving them almost motionless for about 5 minutes at a time, and in this way your body starts to open up and release deeply held tension in the system. In many ways, craniosacral therapy helps the whole system let go from the inside out. The principal way craniosacral therapy works is that around the brain and the spinal cord you have membranes of skin containing cerebral spinal fluid. This fluid pulses up and down through the central nervous system over the course of a couple of minutes. It's a little bit like the tide coming in and then going out. This can be palpated by sensitive craniosacral therapy contact, and the way this happens shows how the system is either free and flowing or blocked and restricted and held back. So in many ways a gentle hand contact can get the core of your system to release. And so just lying on the couch, sometimes it feels like it's a sinking, opening up, really settling and calming down, and occasionally you might have the odd twitch, or you might feel changes in temperature. You might suddenly become aware of tingling and feel internal movements as things start pulsating and releasing, and very deeply held patterns can be released, and this can have a very transformational effect on the way you feel emotionally, the way you feel physically, and also it can really heighten your awareness of your energies, of how you are inside and how you react to things around you. I can remember the first time I had craniosacral therapy, I was lying there on the couch and I felt myself relaxing and feeling really much more comfortable than I felt for a long time, and then suddenly there was this release down my spine, and I suddenly felt myself let go much more than I was used to. And I think this is one of the key things about cranial work. It helps you let go and release much more than you can by yourself. By having a very careful and safe contact, this really helps your nervous system learn directly a sense of safety and become much more aware of itself, and start to build up an internal sense of well-being and safety. In your core you feel clear and together and aware, and you feel relaxed from the inside out. This work is particularly good for chronic conditions, people that have been battling with aches or pains or immunity malfunctions, all stress-related symptoms. So chronic headaches, migraines, ulcers, digestive upsets, tinnitus, visual disturbances, nervous system disorders, sleeping disorders. Because it's very gentle, this work is very well suited to working with babies. Babies arrive into the world full of shock and trauma. Being born is one of the toughest things that we go through. And because you take up very gentle contact, babies respond incredibly well to craniosacral therapy. It's a really wonderful part of the work. It's a great honour to work with babies, and 3 or 4 sessions can have a massive impact on that little one's life and help the system settle and come into balance, which helps that baby develop into a much more rounded, more together, comfortable person. It has huge consequences. One of the most important things about craniosacral therapy is that it happens very peacefully, and because you're not being manipulated, the practitioner is working with your body's own inbuilt, inherent health. There's this radiant intelligence inside a person. You can feel this because the body knows where it's trying to go. It knows what it's trying to do. And with the helping hands of craniosacral therapy, this can be allowed to come through much more. And in many ways, as a practitioner, you're supporting the person in this process, and you allow the process to happen all by itself. In some ways, it's quite a passive therapy, because the body and the intelligence inside the system is the driving force that allows a person to release and let go and shift in a way that's most appropriate to them. Usually that's the best thing for the person, because the inherent health or the internal intelligence will come through more and more. I always find as a practitioner, as I step back and just look at what happens to people over weeks and months as they enter into therapy, a process emerges, and in retrospect it makes perfect sense as the body releases and the system realigns itself and people find a completely new center and balance. Their life starts to fall into place correspondingly. It's really interesting how this very gentle work can have quite a deep effect on a person's whole life and their whole sense of well-being and where they find themselves. I'm a registered practitioner in Paddington. I have a lot of experience working with babies, with tinnitus, with sleeplessness, restlessness, chronic aches and pains, digestive disorders, and also I work quite a lot with couples who are struggling to conceive. They want to have a family, and the mother's still very agitated and unsettled, and when the whole system lets go and releases, it becomes much easier to have a family. So if you're interested in finding out more information, you can go to my website. I recommend this therapy highly. It's a non-manipulative, powerful, yet gentle way of working with the body on all levels.